Hi, I'm Jeanette Schmidt, the nurse educator at Parkside OB-GYN. Welcome to another lesson in our Mindful Mindset series. Today, we're going to talk about joy, how to look for it, how to cultivate it, and how it can benefit you. Let's get started. So joy is my favorite, and I'm going to tell you why. Joy, you see, can be found almost anywhere at any time for nearly anyone. It can even exist alongside other negative emotions. So if you feel sad, betrayed, overwhelmed, stressed, scared, or angry, you can still experience joy. But joy is not a replacement for negative emotions, it doesn't eliminate them. We naturally feel negative emotions, but we shouldn't have to fake joy. Yes, we should seek it. We try to consciously recognize it, but we shouldn't have to fake joy in order to make other people comfortable. So, as wonderful as joy is, we simply are not going to feel joy as our primary emotion 100% of the time. In fact, honestly, it won't be the primary emotion most of the time. And that's what makes it so special. So, it's important for us to make a conscious effort to avoid toxic joy. Maybe you've heard of toxic positivity. Toxic joy is its close cousin. Joy becomes toxic when someone is trying to force another person to only recognize joy as their primary emotion instead of giving that person the freedom and grace to experience these natural negative emotions we all are going to experience as humans and work through them in a healthy way. Instead, they're told they should just be happy, they should look on the bright side, and that they should just be grateful. Joy, it does. It feels amazing, but it can also be really elusive. So it's sometimes hard to find, it's hard to describe, and honestly, it's even harder to feel or recognize if you're in the midst of hard times. But chances are, when it's hardest to identify and the hardest to share, that's probably the moment that it's actually needed the most. And so simple acts like a warm hug, or a sincere smile, or a listening ear. These can all be really small acts that evoke great joy in others when they need it the most. And these small acts don't just provide brief moments of joy for that other person, you're going to feel it as well. This is just an example of the cultivation of joy. The word cultivate means to give special attention to nurture, to grow something like crops. But in this case, the crop is joy. So sometimes you have to be the one to plant it and water it. Let the sun shine on it and just provide what it needs so that it can flourish. And honestly, sometimes we have to rustle through the weeds in order to find it. Cultivation of joy takes intention and energy. Absolutely. You gotta take turns. You can't just put this on one person. Some days you are going to be the one with the energy to nurture it. And when you don't, those around you may step in to bring joy to light for you. It's a cycle, and we're all a really vital part of that. But y'all, the crop of joy is beautiful, and it is so worth the attention and energy when we have the bandwidth to participate in its cultivation. We mentioned a few simple examples earlier about how you can help cultivate joy when those around you need it, but we can't just do this in times of trouble, right? So, what is the goal? Let's talk about ways everyone can help cultivate joy for themselves and those around them. Number one, form and maintain authentic relationships with other people. It could be your spouse, your family members, friends, your children. These relationships where you can be yourself, where you feel connected and heard and understood, and you're able to provide the same thing for the other person, those are authentic relationships. And number two, practice different ways of expressing appreciation and gratitude. I know I've mentioned journaling, but it can be also verbal affirmations to yourself or others, sharing your gratitude with a stranger. There's many different ways. Number three, practice kindness, and not just with friends and family, but also strangers and yourself. Practice kindness with yourself. Number four, pay attention. the heart of mindfulness, right? Be mindful of not just your own thoughts and feelings, but also your external circumstances. Don't be afraid to take a look around inside your head and all around your environment. Find that spark of joy. It just might be hiding in the weeds. Thank you again for taking the time to learn more about the joy. Be sure to check out all of the lessons in the Mindful Mindset series.